Hadith number 704. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, when the iqamah are pronounced, do not come to it running. You should walk calmly with tranquility to join the congregation, and then join in what you catch for and complete what you miss. The Bukhari and Muslim, and in Muslim it is added, Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, for when one of you is walking for salah, he is in fact engaged in salah.
Verily, this hadith emphasizes what we've just been saying. So first of all, in this hadith, we have plenty of benefits to reap. Number one, it is not correct for the person to run for the sake of catching up with Takbirat al-Ihram, because this will remove the khushu' from the salah. This removes as well, if the person coming to the prayer, and how is he going to be contemplating the Quran he's listening to? So when he comes to the prayer, he is ready, mind-wise, focusing-wise. So it's not correct to run and come to the prayer and you're catching up with your breath and you're trying to calm yourself because of the running of yours. No, you are going here to listen to the Quran. So this will remove the khushu'. Secondly, in this as well benefit that the person should come to the prayer in a way which is respectful, in a way which is calmness, because he is in a prayer. And that is why he is supposed to be avoiding what the person praying, avoiding. The person who prays, he does not eat. So you're not supposed to eat while you're coming and running. A person, for example, is not supposed to be running when he's praying. Supposed to be as well not running when he's coming to the prayer. So whatever is not fit in the prayer is not fit as well when you're coming to the prayer. Thirdly, the person when he comes to the prayer and he missed some sort of ruku' or sujood or a rak'ah or two, then he comes to the one that he's catching up. So he's coming to the second rak'ah. He considers what he starts with his first rak'ah. So when he finishes with Imam, he counts how many rak'ah were done with his Imam, and the remaining rak'at would be from the end of the prayer of his. So if he came to the Dhuhr and he missed, let's say, 2 rak'ah, so he starts with the third rak'ah with the Imam. His third rak'ah of the Imam is his first rak'ah. Fourth rak'ah of the Imam is his second rak'ah. When the Imam is finished, he goes up and he continues by compensating the ones which is he had missed, and that is the third and the fourth. You might say, well, he caught up with the third and the fourth. How did he miss it? No, he caught up with the third and the fourth of the Imam. But this is considered for him what? Number 1 and number 2. Now also that the Adamul Isra', meaning that you're not hurrying up to the prayer, is important for you not to make mistakes. Once you start to basically run, you make mistakes. The proof for this, Hadith Abi Bakr radiallahu anh, he said, not Abu Bakr, Abi Bakr. Abu Bakr is different from Abu Bakr. He came to the prayer of the Prophet ﷺ, and he was the Prophet of Allah in his ruku'. So what he did, he rushed. And when he rushed, he caught up, he made ruku' before the line. And he walked while he's making ruku', and he joined the row. When the Prophet ﷺ is finished, he called him, because the Prophet of Allah is giving this, which is something that nobody else is being given, that he sees behind him when he prays. So he sees what takes place behind him when he prays. So even if he sees sometimes, you would ask who had spoken, he already knows, because he could see. So he knows now, Abu Bakr, he had done this issue. So the Prophet of Allah, he said, زَادَكَ اللَّهُ حِرْصًا. May Allah make you more keen to come to the jama'ah, but do not repeat it. Now repeat it. It is what? Is it repeated here not to run? Repeated here is not to make ruku' before the imam, before you join the row? Or is it not to repeat it? That means you're not supposed to make this rak'ah to be counted. Which one? Don't repeat it. Now if we look at the last two, which is first, that is when the person comes to the imam and the imam is in his ruku', so he is to make ruku' even though he did not join the row. We have a proof for that. And that is Hadith al-Zubayr ibn al-Awwam radiallahu anhu on top of the pulpit. He said to the people, it is from the sunnah, when you come when the imam is in his ruku' and tadubba raki'an, to make ruku'. And then you walk while you make a ruku' and to join the row. For this, you caught up with the rak'ah. Even if the imam said, Sami Allahu liman hamida, before you join the row, no problem, because you already had made ruku'. As long as you have made this ruku' from a reasonable distance, not something that you need to make maybe Sami Allahu liman hamida and then make sujood and still you want to catch up with the row, that's too far. So like for example, you come in from this door, you come into this masjid, so you have enough time to come and join. So you make ruku' and you join. While you're walking, you could already now, you have caught up with the rak'ah. And this will calm you down. Because usually the person when the imam is making ruku', first of all, he would rush. Secondly, he makes a noise. Why? Telling the imam, quiet, please, wait for me. He starts making a noise. That's happening. And there's some people as well, when I'm doing the qira'ah, is Allahu A'lam, he knows why he's doing this. He's like, too long, ya akhi, come on, finish the recitation. Allahu A'lam, it's a signal. So this person, before the imam, he's quiet, wait for me. Thirdly, he makes his takbiratul ihram so fast, in such a way, he might lose the whole prayer. He would make it Allahu Akbar. No, you lost it. Your takbiratul ihram has to be standing up. Allahu Akbar. Listen, Allahu Akbar, not Allahu Akbar. The imam is in the ruku' or in the sajda. Some people say Allahu Akbar. What is this? This is for the imam when he's in his qiyam. So when he's in his sujood, takbiratul ihram, fully standing up, Allahu Akbar, your hands on your side. If you said the ra of Allahu Akbar, then you start bending. Then you could make the other takbirah, which is for ruku' or for sujood, whatever the imam is in. So then Allahu Akbar, it doesn't matter if you are making it while you are going down. Actually, you have to make it when you're going down. But the first one, takbiratul ihram, Allahu Akbar to the ra has to be before you bend. So rushing, see, look, taking out the khushu', taking out the whole prayer. With the consensus of all scholars, if you have missed takbiratul ihram standing up like this, your prayer will not be counted. With the consensus of all scholars. But they have disputed, is it going to be counted voluntary or not? Nafila. So let's just count it voluntary, but you lost it as what? Obligatory. So Hadith Abi Bakr, either he said to him, don't repeat it, that means don't rush, or he said, don't make ruku'. We said, no, don't make ruku'. There's a hadith to make ruku'. This is the sunnah. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he was with his student and coming to the prayer, and it was at the time of one of the caliphates, and when the imam made ruku', Abdullah ibn Mas'ud with his student, Allahu Akbar, before he joined the row, made takbiratul ihram, then Allahu Akbar, ruku', and he pushed his friend to do the same thing. So the student did the same. Then they caught up with the row, and then the imam said, Sami Allahu liman hamida. When the imam is finished, this student of his stood up to make up what he thinks he missed. And Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said, Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullah with the imam, because he caught up with the first rak'ah in this way. And he pulled his student down, and he said to him, you have finished. You have completed your prayer. That means whatever we've done is counted to be one of the rak'ahs. So it must be in the first rak'ah, because if it was the second rak'ah, then you have to make a rak'ah. So here, we have a proof to make ruku' before you join the row. Third one is that, is it counted or not? Prophet ﷺ said, Man adraka ruku' faqad adraka rak'ah. If you caught up with the ruku', you caught up with the rak'ah. So what did the Prophet of Allah mean? What he meant when he told Abu Bakr, do not repeat, is what? Not to rush, not to speed up, not to go running. Because he heard the clamor, the noise of running. He said, don't do that. That's what it means. Wallahu a'la. And by the way, it's wala tu'id, not wala ta'du or wala ta'ud. La tu'id, because la ta'du means don't run. La tu'id, don't repeat. La ta'ud, don't come back again. So it's actually wala tu'id is the correct pronunciation of that, with a kasra on the ayn. Now also from this hadith we could read that he who had got part of the prayer, he got the jama'ah. So you got the jama'ah. Prophet ﷺ, he said, Man adraka rak'atan min al-jumu'ah faqad adraka al-jumu'ah. He who had got one rak'ah from the jumu'ah, just let him add one rak'ah to it. فَلْيُضِفْ إِلَيْهَا أُخْرَى. Just let him add one. That means he caught up with the jumu'ah. So that means if you did not catch up with one rak'ah, you did not catch up with what? The Jumu'ah. Do you understand me? So when you catch up with the prayer of the Jama'ah, you got the prayer. Now, I'm saying this is as long as you got a valid excuse. If you haven't got valid excuse, you caught up with the Jama'ah in terms of sin-wise, you're not going to be sinned. But in terms of you're going to be as good as the person who caught up from the first Takbiratul Ihram, no. And that is why the companions, they will give condolences to each other if they miss the Takbiratul Ihram. It's something, one of the biography of the scholars, that he used to be all the time, praying in the Jama'ah, first row. One night, it was Isha. He came late. And he came, and as the people coming out, he saw faces never seen them before. Why he's never seen them before? Because he was in the front. He doesn't see the one at the back. He saw faces for the first time. He was so sick. Sick of that means what happened because he's not comfortable. He went home. And he started repeating the prayer of the Isha 25 times. Why? Because to compensate what the Prophet ﷺ said, he who makes the Jama'ah in the masjid, then he will be better than the one who does it on his own by 25 degrees. Another narration, 27 degrees. So he started repeating it 25 times, which is not correct. But anyway, in the dream of his, later on, he saw a dream. And he was in a horse race. Subhanallah. He was on a horse race. And he was racing, and people are going in front of him. One of them with the back, he just slowed down for him and he said, "You will never be able to catch up with us. We prayed the Jama'ah." So he's trying to catch up. He said, "You will never be able to catch up with us. We prayed the Jama'ah." But any person who had missed the Jama'ah fully and he has an excuse, he has the reward of the Jama'ah. Who said that? The Prophet ﷺ. من صلى في بيته فأحسن الوضوء. He who prays in his من توضأ في بيته فأحسن الوضوء. He who makes wudu in his house and he makes perfection of wudu, proper wudu. ثم عمد إلى مسجد من المساجد. Then he went to one of the masajid. فوجد الجماعة قد صلت, and he found that the Jama'ah had finished the prayer. فله مثل أجرهم دون أن ينقص من أجورهم شيء. He will have the same reward as theirs. There is no deduction of their rewards. That means they don't deduct from the rewards of the people to give it to him. No, he will have the same duplicate reward as those people who had prayed the Jama'ah. Why? Because he had an excuse. He didn't, usually comes to the Jama'ah. I had an excuse. Something delayed him. Traffic delayed him. A guest delayed him. Anything. It could be toilet, relieving himself. Right. Now we're coming to the 705. By the way, this hadith in itself, you could make a booklet out of it. 705, please.